that he's Esau.
That's right.
You know?
Then we got here the word Shakor. All right, when you look up that word in Song of Solomon 1 and 5, and the definition there is black.
Shakor and Shakor. Yep.
All right.
That's the root word, and when you look at the Mesoteric text, that's the word that's right there. Shakor.
Oh, this is Job. Job 30 verse 30.
I read that in a long time.
My skin is black upon me.
The word black there is kadar, which means dark-skinned person. Okay, dark skin. He said his skin is black upon him. Okay, he didn't say he was angry or sad. His skin falling off from that bullshit. You know, he didn't say he was sad. Okay, there is a Hebrew word for sad. Okay, it's not kadar.
My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat. The reason why he gave you the reason why he said his bones were burnt with heat, because he was going through the furnace of affliction.
Exactly. Yep.
Me the Most High was chastising him, you know.
Exactly, and if you try to say that if you were a so-called white person and you tan in the damn sun, and you turn black. No, when you a so-called white person, you tan and you get red.
That's right.
Okay, it's a modern invention to put sunscreen on. Okay?
Sunscreen, yeah.
That's modern. Okay, they didn't have sunscreen on Job's time and David's time.
Then they go as far as even to get a fucking spray-on tan, man. A fucking spray-on tan, and that don't even make you brown. It makes you fucking yellow. Orange, yeah, man.
Because you're baking in the damn sun. Your skin is prevailing above that. There's chemicals showing on yourself. Okay? So his skin is black upon him and his bones are burnt with heat. Okay? The word there for black is kadar, which means dark skin. Okay?
I was just gonna bring this out because we're talking about. I was just gonna bring this out because we're talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the real Jews. How prophecy fits, how it fits it. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right, so read it again and break it down.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, this was after the time that we were already in Egypt, all right? And where they were dwelling, there's no way that you would need ships to go to Egypt.
So it's a prophecy.
Yeah, so it's a prophecy. So what's this Egypt talking about? This Egypt is talking about this modern day Egypt, okay? Babylon, America.
Right.
The scriptures in Revelations 11 and 7 talks about how this is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Right. So, okay, yeah. So here we are, in the land of Israel and stuff, so we really wouldn't need ships to go to Egypt, all right? We didn't need ships to go to Egypt the first time.
Exactly. We were in Sinai, right? Sinai, in the desert. When he put forth the prophecy.
Yep.
That's right.
So where the slave trade came into place, when we had fled into Africa, okay, because remember, this is a prophecy, we had fled into Africa to escape Roman persecution, and they made that slave trade up from Africa to the United States, to Brazil and stuff, and that's how we were carried away into Egypt again with ships, all right? And that wasn't just the so-called Negroes, that was the Latinos too, all right? They were slaves in Brazil, they were slaves all in the Southern America.
Yeah, appreciate it real quick. It's Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies, meaning the Israelites discontinued from their heritage, being spiritually dead, shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Okay?
So the dead bodies are going to be in Egypt or what? America. Okay?
Right, because we were brought over to this side of the world. And I just want to mention that the word Egypt.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, okay.
Like the Hebrew word for Egypt, I'm not sure what the Hebrew word.
The Greek word is Greek word.
Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means bondage or slavery.
Yeah.
All right. Egyptos.
Yep.
Yeah, Egyptos. So that's they might not have been saying Egypt the land. They were saying Egypt as in bondage or slavery.
That's right. So in other words, we were brought into slavery again by way of what? Ships. Which is what? The transatlantic slave trade. Okay.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning what? The land of Israel. We're not going to see the land of Israel again until until Yahushua comes back and
the
delivers.
so-called Jews and not the Israelites.
Yep.
Okay?
Because and they never were carried in ships, okay? Even those so-called Jews that claim the Holocaust had never happened, all right? They were carried in ships, so his prophecy can't be talking about them.
Exactly.
And then it says, and there he shall be sold unto your enemies. Who's our enemies?
When was this?
Who's our enemies? The so-called white man, all right? And we were sold, all right?
And that's and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's not only the so-called white man. That's the Arabs. That's the Africans. All right. That's all the people that had a hand in that. When you go to Joel, they'll tell you. All right.
Yep. Who sold us? The so-called Africans and the Arabs. All right. They sold us this so-called white man.
That's right.
Because when we had hid into Africa, the Africans basically said, "Oh, here, look, here they are."
Yeah, they made deals for what, mustard wine and
Mustard guns and wine.
yeah, mustard guns and wine. Yeah, mustard guns. Yeah.
So the girl for a harlot. So the boy for a harlot.
Yeah.
All right, this is Joel 3 verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Grecians represent Hellenized Greece, okay? And who ruled in Hellenized Greece? Alexander the so-called Great, okay? And they were so-called white people, okay? But before Alexander so-called Great, was the real Greece of dark-skinned people, okay?
Yeah.
This is referring to when Alexander ruled.
And also when it says Jerusalem, it's talking about the 10 tribes that was already here in America. It says so unto the Grecians. Greek is all the way the fuck over there, you right?
Yep.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might be removed far from their border.
Out of the land of Israel, okay? Out of the land of Israel. That's what remove far from their border means.
The so-called Jews and whites are not far from their border because they're claiming to be Israelites, so they're not even they're right in their border, so-called. You know, so
the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem. So basically, the 12 tribes, the 10 tribes have to exist in the land of Israel. You know, it can't be just one tribe.
Exactly. They've been over there since 1948, and they don't know it's 12 tribes in Israel yet. It's 12 tribes. 12.
yeah,
Not just one tribe.
Right.
Not, just
not one tribe of Caucasians.
Get the sound. It's 12 tribes, not just Judah. Okay? 12 tribes.
Which are the so-called Negroes here in America, anyways, whose ancestry goes back to the slave trade.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians,
Meaning the so-called white man.
that ye might be removed far from their border.
We're not in the land of Israel, and the so-called Jews are. So the scripture said that the Israelites are going to be removed far from their borders. But they're in the land of Israel calling themselves Jews, but the prophecy is that the Israelites are going to be removed far from their borders. Okay? So
And we
they're not
were.
the so-called Jews.
That's right.
Very simple.
We're taken out of the land of Israel. A lot of us, for the 10 tribes, they were already on this side of the world. All right? But Judah, Benjamin, and Levi fled to Africa, and from there they were brought over to this side of the world. So all of us were taken from our homeland and brought to this bitch known as America, where we're still serving slavery. If you haven't realized, you know, if you haven't noticed, you still work for this devil. You got to work for his money. All right? You got to breathe his poison air. You got to eat his poison food. All right? And if you don't abide by his laws, he'll lock your ass up. And you could even abide by his laws, and he's still going to bring chump charges upon you and lock you up. Isn't that common against the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? Of course it is.
Like not wearing a seatbelt.
Even statistically, even the white man will tell you that.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
They'll tell you statistically that we're the ones getting locked up. And it's all chum charges.
Yeah, I had some Edomite on the comment board say, well, they do target you black people and Latinos, but if they target you, why don't you make yourself less of a target?
Yeah, right, like, because we're supposed to be guilty, you know,
Exactly,
something,
yeah.
you know?
Where it gives us this is Jeremiah 50:33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah
Thus saith the Lord of hosts. The word host there means armies, referring to the angels, okay? The Lord of hosts, the Lord of the angels, the multitude, the innumerable angels.
The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Read that cite the scripture again.
This is Jeremiah 50:33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel And the children of Judah, and remember, Judah refers to who? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
That's
Israel represents Ephraim and the 10 tribes.
That's
okay?
right.